Have you ever planned a trip and absolutely nothing has gone to plan? Well, that's kind of how I ended up in Colombia. Kind of. Colombia, the big C, coffee capital of the world. My 6 weeks in Peru had come to an end, and almost every traveller, every hostel was telling me, go to Colombia. Which is how I ended up postponing Bolivia and finding myself on a one-way trip from Cusco to Bogota. Bogota, population 8 million, the 5th most populated city in the Americas. Famous for street art and coffee, but there was one other hot beverage that grabbed my attention: hot chocolate and cheese, and it's as disgusting as it sounds. And that's how I met Amy. It turns out that we had a lot more in common than our mutual disgust for cheesy chocolate, and we ended up travelling together for little over a week. We decided to ditch Bogota and catch the overnight bus to the misty little backpacker haven Salento. Upon arriving, we jumped straight into a jeep in search of our morning coffee. We learned how to pick, de-shell, dry, roast and grind the beans, a process which left me thinking, I think I'll stick to instant. I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking that there are a lot of other things that spring to mind before I associate Colombia with hiking. But the truth is, Colombia really has some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen. It wasn't until my hike up to the Cocora Valley, underneath the dreamy shade of the towering palm trees, that I recognised that beauty. Beauty comes in all different shapes and sizes, and most importantly, lots of different colours. After a brief visit to the bombed-out remains of the infamous Pablo Escobar's house, we visited the saturated town of Guatape, famously the most colourful town in Colombia. It was here that we climbed up natural abomination El Peñón de Guatape. The views from the top were out of this world. My next stop was probably Colombia's second most colourful city, Cartagena, gateway to the Caribbean. It was from here that I was convinced to pursue the 4-day hike to the Lost City, a heritage site built in 800 AD. We trekked through mud, tropical rain, waterfalls and indigenous settlements before making it to the Ciudad Perdida, which slightly resembled a golf course.
Welcome to I'm a Gringo, get me out of here. Help.
Colombia is one of those places that I can guarantee I'll visit again, because 3 weeks just isn't enough.